I love the fact that we have these portable power generators now that run on battery, lithium phosphate battery. So they run cooler and they run faster and they're smaller. I mean, take a look at this one by GRECell. This is a 240 watt device that's only 4.41 pounds and can do a lot of different things like charge your phone, charge your laptop, charge your drones. And that's what we're going to talk about next. And as we unbox this on Geekazine. What's up, my geeks? Jeffrey Powers from Geekazine, Think Magazine, Putting to Geek. GRECell did send me product and they are sponsoring this video, but all opinions are of my own. I have a full page that talks about how I review products over at geekazine.com/review. If you've got a product that you want me to review, all you have to do is contact me on that page and we'll get it in shop and take a look at it. This is the GRECell. This is a portable power station. It's 240 watts and it has the ability to connect up to multiple devices, whether it be a plug device, whether it be a USB device, and it even can connect up to solar panels. So if you need to simply just charge your device, you can do that through solar panels, which is really great. It's got an operating temperature of 14 to 40 degrees Fahrenheit. And like I said, it's only 4.41 pounds. So you can just lift it from here. Once we open the box, you'll see a handle for it and everything like that. So I'll probably be using these to power individual cameras. Of course, if I'm on a remote shoot where power's not available, this might be something that I'd set on a table for actors to charge their phone if they need to or whatnot. So let's go ahead and open this up and take a look at what's inside this box. So you can put laptops in this thing. You can put phones into this thing. If you got drone batteries, you can charge those drone batteries. If you've got, I don't know, many different devices, lights. This is perfect for camping. This is perfect for if you're overlanding or anything like that. So let's start with what we've got for cables. It looks like we have a regular car outlet in here through the can. So if you're plugging this thing through what they call a cigarette lighter, then you can do that. Next up is we have a USB-C to C cable. This is for charging only. It's a thinner cable. So let's go ahead and take this off. And then we're going to get to the unit itself. There we go. And we've got some instructions, and that's pretty much it for the box. Get the box out of the way. Let's take a look at what we've got here. Really simple. We've got the on button. This looks like to be a light button of some sort, maybe dimming the display here. We got 12 volt, 8 amp plug here, and that's for this cable right here. We've got a 30 watt USB-C plug. We've got a 18 watt USB-A plugs, 2 of them. And keep in mind that goes up to 18 watts. So if your device doesn't take 18 watts, it'll still charge it. We've got an input of USB-C for 100 watts. And this right here is the 12 to 28 volt plug for a solar panel. If you plug this, there's no Anderson plugs on this. It's a standard can plug that you'd get with some of these portable solar panels. Now I'm going to plug this in. It says that it will plug in for up to 100 watts, and the charger I have here will allow to tell me what we can charge it for. I don't know how charge this is. It did turn itself on. We're at about 49%, and you can see that it's charging at about 79, 88. It'll probably get up to 100 watts here. Maybe not totally. I'm seeing on the device that I'm using to charge it with, we are at 93.6 watts, 91, and of course it fluctuates as it goes. As you can see on the screen here, it did slow down a little bit to 54 watts, and I have a feeling it's going to go back and forth. So right now we can see the battery life right here, nice display, and of course we're in eco mode. We've got nothing coming out, so we've got no wattage right there, and of course the power in is 54 watts at this point. If we press this, there you see the brightness, and there is a flashlight, and that's in the back. Let's turn this around. Let's show you what we got back here. Open this up down here, it says, and there's our flashlight. Flip it around. I'm not going to point it directly at the camera, but it does flip around completely and gives you, it's doing a flash right now because I pressed the button for it. Let's press it again. We'll hold the button down. That's probably what turns it. Yeah, that turns it off. So one press and we've got a nice little light right there. another press, and we've got a brighter light. And then, of course, a flash, and then a fast strobe. And then, of course, it turns itself off. So, and as you can see, like I said, it's completely adjustable. This is great because if I was doing some sort of outdoor video shoot, I could actually put this up and use this as the light as well. It's turned on, and let's bring it a little bit brighter. And now we got the strobe effect, and then, of course, the fast strobe effect, and then off. So as you can see, works pretty well. And that's your lantern going forward, which is pretty cool. All right, like I said, it's charging at 51%. Let's take this off. So as you can see, we can go DC out, DC in, and whatnot. Maybe you've got one of those jump start kits that have a battery in it, but the battery is pretty close to dead. You could probably charge it with this thing using this. It'll go at 12.8 volts, 8 amps. Just keep that in mind if you do that. But in an emergency, it definitely will work. So let's go ahead and charge the phone. Make sure that when you charge it, you go through the output rather than the input. There we go. We've got a nice little charge right there, going at about 76%. Of course, we can charge laptops. Notice that there's no plugs on it for a regular laptop. So your laptop's going to have to be something USB-C like a MacBook Air or anything like that. If you've got a tablet, if you've got a phone, you can definitely charge that. And then once again, it says if you got drones, you can charge that. This is another feature of this, basically a stand for your phone. So while it's charging, it can sit somewhere. Now, this is what this is. It says pull, and at first I thought it was pull down. I was trying to pull it down. It didn't work. You got to pull it out. As you can see, it's pulled out, and now we can set it on the table. So now I can take my phone and I'll do that. And now it's sitting there. And of course we can plug it in to charge. It takes up less space. And now your phone is charging and has a stand for the charge. We have nothing on the top, but the light on the back, the pull-out phone device on the side, and of course nothing else there. Of course, we have the bottom has all the information, nothing on this side right here, and of course nothing on the top. The long press will turn it off, and then when you turn it on, you'll see all the different bells and whistles to it. Let me try and show you some of those. Or turning it off. Okay, you're going to see 3 icons here. The first one is for that flashlight. There's going to be a red triangle that pops up. So when you turn it on, just be aware that that's what's going to happen. So, and then there's a third one. And I believe that third one is the temperature. If this overheats or is too cold, just keep in mind, if you're outdoors and you're hitting below 30 degrees Fahrenheit, then you want to warm this up before you start charging it. That way it'll actually charge, and so you'll have a full battery. All right, so now what we're going to do is we're going to charge this to 100%, and then we're going to let something run on this and see how the battery works. All right, let's talk for a minute here about AE Juice. I am now an affiliate of AE Juice, in where I'm taking this content and making my videos better, and you could do the same thing too, from LUTs to sound effects to transitions to even AI elements and a lot more. You can bring a whole ton of stuff in. You're seeing that as we're going. You can check that out over at geekazine.com/AE Juice for the free starter pack. Of course, there's many other packs over at AE Juice. You can check that out over there, but geekazine.com/AE Juice. Now let's get back into the content. We've been testing this in the last 24 hours. I did 2 different situations. Yesterday, my band played, so I had a couple cameras that I set up to run, and they're the OBSBot. We have the Tail Air and the Tail 2. Now, what was cool about this was all the cameras were down to almost nothing on the power. So I plugged it into the GRECell and let that run. And of course, we had about a 3-hour show. And so it not only charged the battery, but of course, kept the camera going so it could record the whole show. From about 100% on the GRECell, it went down to about 74% for the day. And that was for 2 cameras. The third camera was behind stage, couldn't be powered by this thing. And I didn't turn on the light at all. So this was the second test. This is the test I'm doing this morning. And that is basically right here. So what we have here is we've got a Raspberry Pi 3B that I just basically put standard OS load on there. And then I called up YouTube and I just had it playing YouTube videos for the last 2 hours. Charged this up to 100% and let it run. And of course, we have some time lapse there showing you the first hour. We're at about hour 2 here. And if you notice, we're over 82%. So within 8 hours, this could run for another 6 hours, and we'll probably be down to about 45%, somewhere around there. And I'm pretty impressed with that. Now, this is the 3B, and of course, it's causing the video to run at a very low 360 rate, but it's still running. And of course, if you're doing this, if you're using this for like a web page, if you're using this for network monitoring or anything like that, this is perfect because it stays off the grid. You can also plug it in and let this thing charge as it's sending out the power to the devices. So this can be battery backup. If the power goes out in your house, you still have this right here. Now, what I like about this device, as opposed to some of the other ones that I have reviewed in the past, they have plug options, 110, and which is great. And I use them for a lot of different things. But with this one, all I need, if I just need 3 USB devices hooked up. And usually a USB device is about 5 volts, 1 to 3 amps, somewhere around there. So Raspberry Pis and portable monitors and charging laptops. I didn't turn on the light while I was running this. I should have done that. But the whole point is that you can get a good 4, 5, 6 hours safely off of this device if you have everything plugged in. And of course, in this case right here, looks like we can get about 8 hours or just a little bit more than that just doing this right here. So this is perfect if you need that extra power. If you're running programs and you got like your laptop and you're just running a lot of stuff and it's draining your battery, this thing can help bring the battery back up to a reasonable level so you can spend a couple hours at a coffee shop and get the work done that you need to get done. It's an amazing little device, and I love the idea, and it's so lightweight. I can pack this up for whatever I do, and this definitely will be coming into future shows. I do have higher end cameras that also are battery powered. You can actually USB charge them. So I'm going to probably use them for that. But for the most part, I can use this for about 8 hours. So I'll still have battery life left. So I can charge another tablet or phone or run another program or anything like that. That is the GRECell power generator. What do you guys think about this? Let me know in the comments below. You can do that over at geekazine.com, youtube.com/Geekazine, where you can like, subscribe, comment, and bell notification so you know when the next video comes out. Until next time, thanks a lot for watching. You guys geek out and keep your devices charged with GRECell. Of course, Geekazine has a whole bunch of merch, including t-shirts and hoodies. Like, for instance, the Geekazine logo hoodie. We got some great t-shirts, including 80s Jesus Saved Me, Guardian of the Geekery, the original Geek AI t-shirt. We have a couple variations of this one. And then I Like Geek Butts, and I Cannot Lie. There are several more and more that are being added to the Geekazine merch page. So you can check that out over at Teespring. If you're on YouTube, you'll see those links below. And then over at amazon.com/shop/Geekazine. I appreciate that very much because it does support the channel.